Hello? Hello? Danger Club. New year, new Danger Club. Well, it's the same really, but, you know. Enjoy the episode.
Previously on the Danger Club podcast.
Shirai gets down off the dinosaur with the monkey, sends him on his way.
Kill it! Kill it!
Zatrumba is marked on some maps. It is now a demon-haunted ruin of a city.
And it's got 1 star on Quest Advisor. Seriously, and you think I'm the evil one?
Is this person a demon that's got the curse breaker?
That I don't know.
I just wanted you to know that you really hurt me.
No time to kill. Cool. I mean, never mind.
The adventure continues now.
It is 2022, everyone.
Yeah, it is. All the twos.
Oh my goodness. The 4th calendar year in which the Danger Club podcast has existed. That is a shocking number to get to.
It is.
How's everyone feeling? Everyone feeling positive this new year?
22, yo, 22. Don't say that. Don't say that. It could get worse.
About the, oh my god.
I mean, it could be. All right, yeah.
Remember when we said that? We said that in 2016. We were like, it can't get any worse.
I am a charred wreckage of a man.
I think,
so,
I think James is kind of right. I think, there's that famous message that says, 2019 broke me, 2020 changed me, 2021 stabilized me, and 2022 will send me screaming off into the woods to live among the animals and the darkness and fire.
That's a famous one, is it?
It's a famous saying, Drum. I've heard of it. Let's be honest. It's the 3rd of January today. We're all husks of human beings at that point. We've not gotten over New Year's Eve yet. But we can settle back and enjoy a bit of podcast nonetheless. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Danger Club podcast.
Hey, yo.
Hey.
My pantomime finished yesterday.
Congrats, Colin.
Oh, pantomime.
How was it? Did you enjoy it?
I don't know. I haven't done it yet. It's a weird concept. So. I'm talking about it in past tense. When I was
like that person that heckled you. I love that person that heckled you.
Oh my god, so funny.
That was me.
That was really funny.
Thanks for coming, everyone, by the way. That was really great.
It's all right,
Pleasure.
The whole Danger Club audience. It was great.
So we've got we could talk retroactively about all the New Year's Eve gigs that we've done and but also haven't done at the same time. I was in the woods. I am and will be in the woods in Somerset doing an exclusive party for 2 nights on New Year's Eve. That's right, 2 nights that I have done.
How are they stretching it? How are they stretching New Year's over 2 nights? How are they doing that?
Are they
changing the calendar?
Probably a lot of booze.
When I was coming up with the creatives for the client, me and the event organizer were saying like, okay, so we'll do like a really good like literature based like woodlands animals, like inference of various texts. I guess we'll hint at like the Mad Hatter in there from Alice in Wonderland. Gone to the client came back and went, we just want it to be the Mad Hatter's Tea Party now, and all the creatives and all the performers are like, we've done it a million times. It's literally every party we do, but fine.
We get it.
Mad Hatters. I was a couple of months ago, back at the end of October, back at Halloween. Remember those good days? It's it's Scott's favourite part of the year now. It's now closer to Halloween than it is to next Christmas. You get most of the year for that, and then we get a little bit for Christmas. But back at Halloween, I was at work at the restaurant club that I stage manage at. And we're about to have one last act go on, and our publicist comes over and goes, "Oh, in the corner over there, that's rudimental. Over in the corner, can you have the act go over and get the burlesque act to go and make a fuss over them?" So I had to go and. So she went over and made a fuss, and I had to go and retrieve clothes from Rudimental. And I'm like, can I have the glove and that glitter? I don't need the glitter. You can keep the glitter. And in my head, I'm just like, you played WrestleMania. This is weird. And I get the stuff back off them. I was like, that's good. We made a big thing of them. And then I walked out and then realised they're all dressed as the cast of Alice in Wonderland because it's Halloween. And I'm like, is that Rudimental or is this the greatest blag in history? Like, the group of people turned up dressed.
Do you know who that is? Do you know who that is over there? That's Rudimental, that is. He's going to spend a lot of money in here if you let us in.
That's all I want to... I'm still not convinced. I still don't know whether Rudimental is a person or a group. Having done that, I'm just like, there was a whole table of them. It could have been Rudimental and their friends, or it could have been the Rudimentals. I don't know.
Classic.
I love the idea of the Rudimentals, like they're a family, man. Here we go. This is Barbie Rudimental over here. This is Aunt Sally Rudimental. She's kind of crazy.
Rudy and the Menthols.
Rudy and the Menthols.
Yeah.
Barbershop mint-based, sort of quartet.
Oh, Grandpa Rudimental.
And they all smoke menthol cigarettes, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. So
Great stuff.
we're picking up out in the jungle on a quest towards a demon haunted city. We've been in the jungle in a jungle for like 30 something episodes.
I had to do it again.
I mean, all of these, presumably, like going to have some kind of drum and bass, like AKA jungle, sort of beat underneath all of them, man. All the soundtracks.
I'm literally just playing jungle under this now.
That's right.
That's all we're doing. Yeah.
Nice.
It's so you've had a day out there. You've begun your trek towards the demon-haunted city of Holy Zatrumba. Realised that there could be many dangers ahead of you. Fulton may be principally one of them, either to himself or to all of you once he starts trying to become the Gorilla King.
Yes, I will have that crown.
Just loves a crown.
I've genuinely thought that there'd been a character arc where he'd like grown up and got all serious and he threw the... Remember that?
Yeah, when MZ passed away, he did all that.
He seems to have come full circle.
He's just come back around,
to just wanting all the crowns again. He just wants all the crowns, doesn't care.
Well, Fulton got a bit serious for a while, didn't he? It was
he did.
It was about time that he said he wasn't doing any more of that, quote, character shit, end quote.
Yeah.
So,
No character.
Yeah, I remember that.
Crown shit. No.
crown shit.
Character shit. Crown shit.
I think that's what Prince Harry said when he left the royal family.
Don't want any more of that crown shit.
Someone just comes into the court of Mad King Fulton. Fulton's there in his crown, pushing an axe through somebody's chest. They're like, "What are you doing, Your Grace?" They're like, "Crown shit. Leave me alone."
Yeah.
So dark. But I don't want to distract from a lovely character moment with Karagor and Shania as well, discussing their monkey situation.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I was just saying to Scott off air, actually, I think, they've gotten surely to the point by now where they can deal with, they've got conflict resolution, things, I mean, possibly this is maybe one of the first times that they've managed to discover it, but also they had more time, to sort of process what had happened. Obviously, something had to be dealt with there, but the thing is, they both had no one was in the wrong necessarily. It was one of those complicated situations, and you just need to express your feelings to each other. I was very conscious. I didn't want it to turn into an episode of EastEnders where they have a big fight over something silly. I mean, I know it's the death of a monkey. It's not, but you know what I mean. Like in the grand scheme of what we're doing.
No, I mean, hey, if you can't question the death of one friendly monkey, then that's a slippery slope into either Fulton's tyrantism or Velder's Cairnblightism.
Exactly. This is why we walk the path, man. The path we walk.
In all seriousness, it was a good moment because the hitman, drag artist, half-orc, and the spikiest drow in the history ever, managing a bit of conflict resolution in the jungle, whilst covered in weapons, the both of them, and stakes are relatively high, at least for one person. So I was saying to Drum, that is a bit of a moment. Yeah, if only we could have each of these situations with a little bit of time either side. But unfortunately, in the world of fantasy saving things and rushing around trying to do things, you don't always get the luxury of time to break it apart afterwards.
Quite often you're trying to deal with these issues whilst fighting monsters, or it's tough to do.
You would not unpack if you had a day to yourselves in Kibwe to unpack this. I guarantee you would not unpack this. You would find an NPC called Terry McFarts and go off on a side quest to get custard.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Let's resolve our conflict by attacking this guy over here. He's a bad guy, right? He's a bad guy. Let's put him in a bag.
Oh, we can put people in the bag now that we're back in the jungle and we're away from civilization.
Oh yeah.
The law of the bag is back in effect once you're out of civilization.
Just talking about how mature our characters are, and how far they've come, and literally only episodes ago we were putting people in bags together for fun. There you go.
The heart of darkness going into the jungle is a big theme, but it's like it feels like in the last couple of months it's just been like a rolling treadmill of who is the darkest character in the party. Like each week it's like, and then Bubba's kind of just in the middle of it, just trying to hang on in there as each week everyone is doing something awful. Like Bubba's had some dark moments as well. Like Bubba's had some like let's just kill this guy moments. I feel
it's true, and I know he keeps coming back to it, but like literally, I was like, oh yeah, Velder's dark moment when he hits someone with a jug. I mean, I can't help but feel that's on the lesser end of the scale of terrible things that have happened.
I think maybe the Danger Club are like dealing with their darkness by like projecting darkness onto Velder. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like classic psychology, isn't it? It's
yeah,
like, if I feel bad, I'm going to make everyone else feel...
Might be necromantic, stuff.
Hit someone with a jug, Scott. That's what I do. And all this necromancy thing was ages ago now, unfortunately.
Yeah,
it was. It actually genuinely was. Do you know what? It surprised me when I started thinking about it, because it came up in Danger Recall. And it was like, oh my god, it was so long ago. The whole sort of
did also try and sell a person back when we were with the Bogards. Let's not wash our hands too swiftly.
Arranged a marriage.
Tried to sell a life. So
arranged a marriage.
That's Velder looking back on the jug thing now in the light of Fulton's Mad King escapades and the monkey murder is very much like the British looking back at the Second World War and being like, yeah, that India mutiny stuff doesn't seem so bad now when you think about it in context, does it? It's,
Jesus.
Get ready for the British tweets to the Danger Club later on, Dan.
British Empire of the 1800s. Oh, we love to rag on Velder, and actually, it was genuine. It was probably the right thing to do in that moment. Poor old Six, even though it was horrific and terrible. You've done a lot of horrific and terrible killing of formerly beloved NPCs in this, but that's the horror of the Slithering, so that's why it's so important to solve it. So let's pick up with your journey through the jungle as you head towards this haunted, horrific demon city, where maybe you will find some of the answers that you seek. So you've survived your first day there. We're not going to play out all 7 days, because I can tell you that by with one quick roll of a d20, I can tell you that it'd be really bad if something terrible happens now on the chart, won't it? Nothing happens on day 2 of the journey. You pass safely along the road and make your way through. You camp overnight again in the jungle.
This time I put my bug repellent on Fulton, who looks horrific. And
just like a swelling mass of just skin and
Bubba's literally flicking things onto Fulton now, like just.
There's no more blood left in Fulton now. But,
all of you are a bit nervous because it definitely looked, apart from Bubba who didn't meet him, but like it definitely looked like there's a bloat mage with you on the Triceratops now.
Fulton, you said you had 4 rations or something?
Oh,
we're doing this in character. Oh, it's character shit. Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah, sorry, go on.
No, it's
yes,
fine.
I do.
Okay, well, I give you the other week's worth. Like, I give you an extra 3 just so you can get through this week.
Thank you.
That's all right. Oh, don't eat. Don't try not to chew too much. If you do you want me to blend it, I'll tell you what. I can chew it and then spit it into your mouth. Okay, Caragor chews up jerky and cornbread and dried fruit and spits it into Fulton's mouth.
It's like he's your bird child. This is so cute.
Oh, Bubba, how does that make you feel?
You know. I mean, yeah, Bubba's kind of like, fucking birds. Yeah. And then he starts looking around in the trees to see if there's any like parrots and
there is a parrot sitting on a tree nearby.
Bubba's eyes just narrow at the parrot.
The parrot looks back at you and narrows its own eyes.
Yeah, I see you, brother.
It goes, I see you.
Oh no! I just realised that's Caragor's thing. I'm sorry.
Do I hear that parrot?
It's my thing. Oh,
does Caragor hear the parrot?
I don't know. Does Caragor's not normally? There's normally one person in this party who rolls perception checks to join in scenes, and it's not normally Caragor. So at the end of you journey through the jungle. The fucking parrot follows you for like half the day before it finally gets the head and backs off. Guy,
just giving eyes at Bubba.
Just like. Until finally you, at the end of your second day in the jungle, as night is starting to close in, up ahead of you by the side of the road, you see a building, like a stone building. It looks very, very old. The roof has collapsed. You reckon it was once a 2-story building? But the roof has now collapsed in, and a section of the wall facing the road has kind of fallen apart. But it does seem to... There's a little bit of overhang of roof left over, and the trees have kind of grown around it, so it might provide some shelter that would mean you wouldn't have to use the cozy cabin tonight if you wanted to stop and inspect it.
No, wait. Just before we do that, Caragor has spent a couple of hours handing out the gold that we made from the selling of the 5 gold bracelets and the 8 ivory chess pieces. Just wants to get it out the way now, in case in 5 minutes of game time we have to bribe a demon and no one's got any gold. Sorry, I know it's really boring.
How much was it? What?
Well, I don't know. That's why I'm throwing it to Dan now.
Right.
But I don't know if we have to make a roll for it or something. But.
Not to sell stuff. No, it's literally you just literally sell them for the value listed. So the brace. Let's see. Your pouch was just cash. The 5 gold bracelets are worth 60 gold pieces each. So you might as well just have 60 each for that.
Great.
And the 8 playing pieces are 12 gold pieces each. So get another 12 each, and then you've got another 24 left on top of that. Do the maths on that as you will.
So 60 plus 12 each.
And then you've got another 24.
So 72.
72, yeah.
24 divided by 5 is 4.8. So, yeah.
There you go.
Okay, so take basically 80.
4 gold and 8 silver on top of the stuff.
Cool.
That's a lot of cash.
It is not bad,
So wait, how many gold was that together? Because I've kind of forgotten.
76 point something.
76.8.
Yeah, 0.8, which
0.8,
is the silver pieces, right?
Yes. Oh, I've got so much cash on me now.
You can start handing them out to random people again, can't you, Fulton?
Yeah. And then I'll be king. King again. It calls to me.
Starts handing out gold to the mosquitoes. They fall to the ground.
I give some gold to the nightclub that's on my back for the insects. To invest in the nightclub.
You invest in the nightclub, they get some neon signs up.
A new dance floor, the lights up.
Yeah.
Still won't pay their actor living wage.
Man. Yeah.
This building looks a bit spooky.
I think we should just move on and camp in the jungle.
In the jungle?
In the jungle.
In the jungle.
What, rough?
In the jungle.
It's a jungle.
Rough?
In the jungle.
Because the jungle is massive.
It's not actually what he says, but yeah, it's okay. Caragor from a distance take a little Scooby round it, a little perception-y round it from a distance just to see what's going on in
hop down from Spike, and you approach and have a little look in through the hole to see what is there. Give me a perception check.
Come on. That is a 23.
23. So you looking through the thing, you can see that it looks like there was a campsite here. You can see the remains of a fire just through the doorway, and you can see some cloth laid out where somebody's kind of laid some stuff out and put bedrolls down on it. It looks like there was a campsite here relatively recently, you reckon. You can also see there seem to be some things written on the wall inside, but it's hard to see it from out here.
Let's just carry on.
I relay that.
Yeah, I agree.
Relay that to the club and go, oh, things written on the wall. I wouldn't mind having a look, but no one ever writes things on the wall if they're good things, do they? You know what I mean?
Not generally speaking.
Nobody leaves bedrolls. They're well expensive. That's a perfectly good bedroll in there.
Oh, we left all them bedrolls back at the grill in that tent with the darts. No,
yeah, I think maybe we should ignore this place. I don't think there's anything good for us here.
No, but it could serve as a warning. I don't think it's an ambush because they'd have sprung it by now when I got close, but it could serve as some kind of warning. If they've all gotten close to, Demon City and gone mad or whatever, and then they've just written things on the walls. The things on the walls might say things like, avoid this demon, because my eyes are now melting out my face.
Velder, have you got
how would he write that if his eyes were melting?
Velder, have you got like a floating eye that you can send round into the thing that can see in what it sees in your eyes?
Hang on, can't
he
you
has. It's called gin.
I can do that with gin, but not a floating eye.
Oh,
so actually,
can't you fly a bird around and see what's going on? Bird.
I mean, I could ask a bird to take a look, but they might not be able to decipher the code because it's a bird.
Yeah, Jin. Can Jin understand rudimentary linguistics and language and stuff like that?
Rudimental?
No,
not Rudy in the mentals.
I can
not
via
Rudy
gin.
in the mentals. Okay, just
so
checking.
you can see via gin.
Yes,
send gin in there.
Yeah, it's not a bad shout actually.
Can do if you like.
Send gin. Do it.
Alrighty then.
Is this the first time gin's been used in a useful way?
Yeah.
Yeah, I set this up. I set this up a long time ago.
Used used him for a touch spell once, I think.
Yeah,
you sort of sent him across the room to do a spell. Yeah. That's it. He has.
I would do some looking into familiar powers for Jin because, familiars can do so much stuff. Although I don't think it's on Path Builder. That's probably what I don't think it's got the options for it on Path Builder yet.
No, and the trouble is because I obviously set this up and then embarked on an adventure path where it's not been very useful because I definitely don't want Jin touching any blobs or anything like that.
You can change your familiar's abilities every day when you prepare your spells. You can swap out their power, and they can do things like they can grant you extra spells. They can you can use them as like the point to target spells from. There's loads of stuff you can do with familiars. But
well, for the moment, I would like to use the ability to share senses.
You can do that.
I can do that.
Okay. So you send Jin. I'll take him out of your coat.
Now, it's a bit... this is a bit pedantic, but I know that, obviously some of the Dangerlings really care about being proper about these things. Obviously, I can share senses, but I presume I'd have to tell Jim what I want him to do before I did that, because it's not technically taking control of him.
Yeah.
It is sharing his senses. So if I just did it straight away, I'd just be seeing Jin looking up at me, standing there, doing the what was his face, Bran the Broken routine.
You wouldn't be able to tell him anything because you tell him things, and the senses would go in through his ears and back to yours, and you'd just be talking to yourself through Jin.
Yes.
No, you can still.
So I would like to instruct Jin as to what we want him to do.
Okay.
And then yes, I will sort of go in there.
Like sending you send the little drone in through the into the
little drone. Such a delight in making everything so
disposal fox. You get him out of your. I've always good because you've got your little plushy fox, your little Jin that you often have on on the side. I always kind of, in my head, he's always like this little thing, and it's like, familiars are always like, oh yeah, I've just got it in my pocket, and we just take him out. But a fox is like the size of a small dog. So it's like this big old fox that he just pulls out of his pocket every now and then.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, no, I tend to think he'd sort of like scamper around my legs, really. Just sort of rather than a pocket, because, they're fairly big. Yeah. Fairly big adult foxes.
And when you throw in the bin bag that he's probably going through perpetually, it says...
Oh, yeah.
So you ever
thought of getting a hovering magical trash can next to him, we just diving in, getting a bit of food.
You ever thought about getting a papoose?
Yeah, could do.
So you could strap him onto your chest then, and then he could give you a nice little face lick whenever you wanted.
Well, this is true, except I'm not sure my back could take it, to be honest, because he's quite heavy.
He's fit in your pocket before, quite a light little thing, isn't he? And besides, it'd be easier to drain that way. Like, you just have quicker access to draining when you needed to.
All right, there we go. I thought this had sort of turned to something.
I am serious about the papoose, though.
Yes, of course you are. Goodbye.
Which way would he have it? If it's, would he have Jin facing in towards him for face licks, or would he have Jin facing out towards the outside so that it can see what's going on in the world? So many questions.
Yeah, good question. Yeah.
So you send Jin into the room and look around, and you take a moment and you just attune yourself, and you kind of overlaid over your own vision, because you're not like possessing him, but like overlaid over your own vision. If you concentrate, you can kind of see what Jin is seeing ahead of you, and you look around the room. There are no particular sounds in here. There's the smell of charcoal. There's the smell of a very old. But you've got like Jin's sense of smell, so it's very heightened. So you've got a smell of old cooked food and old firewood. Like, it definitely feels like somebody was in here. You look around. Indeed, there are a couple of blankets laid out. There is the fire. There are no embers in the fire. The fire looks like it's been dormant for some time. As you look around, you're able to look up at the ancient stone and see a message written. Looks like relatively recently. It's not particularly faded. It has been written in chalk on the wall. It is written in Mwangi, so you will need, since you don't speak Mwangi, you will need unless you took the feat to gain some extra languages when you leveled up, you will need a society check to try and translate it.
Society check. Right, let's give it a go. Oh, that is a good roll. So that will be 31.
31. You have a look at it, and you sort of frown for a moment, trying to make sense of the order of the words. You're fairly certain it says "run from the witch lights."
Ominous. All right, anything else in the room?
Give me a perception check to have a little snuffle around with Jin, see if you can find anything.
Okay.
Snuffle.
Little snuffle. Snuffly ruffle. That's not great. Now, I presume I'd use his perception.
You can use yours because you're possessing him.
Okay. Oh, I've got to try and find my perception. There we go. It's a 21.
A 21. Okay, so you find a half-buried leather knapsack near the campsite. It's underneath one of the blankets, but he pulls it aside and pulls drags the knapsack out, and you're able to, you taste the leather on your tongue as Jin picks it up.
In that case, I'd like to drag him to bring it back.
Cool.
And because I suppose actually I could speak to him via message, although I'm concentrating to do this, so I could sort of control him in that way.
Yeah,
so at least
and he's got a bit of a sense of what you like. You could literally call out loud to him, and he would if you want to, and he would hear you. So yes, Jin returns to you with the knapsack and drops it at your feet, and you kind of return your senses to yourself.
So I'll snap out of it and pick up the knapsack and.
Nice work, Velder.
There is a message in there, and it says, "Beware of the witch lights."
Yeah, good.
Beware of the witch lights.
Was it beware?
Yes, I think it was, wasn't it? Avoid the don't. What was it again?
Run from the witch lights.
Run from the witch lights.
Run from the witch lights.
That's what you said when you came out of your bubbly. By the way, your eyes go.
Run from the witch lights.
Your eyes go ginger when you do that.
Go ginger.
Yeah, like fox fur in your eyes when you do that thing.
It's like the God, could you imagine? Just furry eyes.
Who are the dudes in Game of Thrones that can do the?
They're called wargs,
aren't they?
Wargs, yeah.
Like Velder closes his eyes, opens them again, and he's just got bright orange eyebrows at the top.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So yes. What's in the knapsack?
A deadly trap that kills foxes. Weird. No. So inside the box, there is inside the bag rather. There is a small dark wood music box carved with images of cavorting animals, which looks like it would be of value to somebody who values cavorting animals and music. There is a lenstatic compass. So there is a compass in there. The compass gives you a +1 on survival checks to try and find your way in places. Looks like a decent piece of kit.
Mm-hmm.
There is a minor elixir of life, a vial of lesser anti-plague, and a wand.
Ooh,
a wand.
A wand. Can I do would it be a knowledge arcana check to work out what
It's an arcana check to know what it is.
An arcana check. Very well. Let us see what... Oh, for fuck's sake, of course, that's the one I bum. That's a 21.
21, okay. Let me describe it. So this wooden wand, pale wooden wand, is carved to resemble a thigh bone with metal caps at each end. Ghostly tendrils seem to swirl around it every so often when you pick it up.
For fuck's sake.
I can tell you what it does. It has an activation. When you activate it once per day, you can use it. So you can use it once per day, plus you can overcharge it. Once per day, you can cast False Life at second level. As during the duration, wisps that resemble spirits flit and fly around you as long as you have any temporary hit points from False Life. So it basically, you can once per day, you can use it to grant yourself some extra hit points, temporary hit points that will go on top of you. And ghosts fly around you while you're doing it. And as a free action, while you have the temporary hit points, you can impart the frightened condition. You can end the False Life as a free action at any point to impart Frightened 1 onto a creature. You can just send the spirits out from you onto a creature. You lose the hit points, but the creature becomes frightened.
Yeah, well, that's pretty creepy.
That looks like a really wholesome, nice, helpful wand there, Velder. What does it do?
Well, it does. It grants a little bit of extra life. It's sort of like dancing lights, only it's more like dancing ghosts.
Are they real ghosts?
No, Fulton.
Do they hurt anybody?
No, they are purely for show. They're spectral, but it could sort of give someone the willies, whatever.
Join us.
Is your willy bone connected to your thigh bone?
You don't have a willy bone. Right, now, the other things we've got
to
here...
To be fair, having known Fulton, I'm not sure about dwarven biology anymore. I've got no idea what they are.
I mean, perhaps on the journey we could hear the story, as I'm sure there's an ancient folklore tale that you're dying to tell us about.
We just never meet any dwarves that can, contrast any of these bizarre stories. We don't meet enough dwarves.
What's the little box? That looks nice.
The little box, yes. I suppose would it have been what would the check be for that, Dan? Is it magical?
It is not magical, no. You detect magic on it, you check it over, you're pretty sure it has no particular sounds. When you open it up, it plays a beautiful melodious tune that Ross is now going to sing for us.
Bing dang ding dang ding dang ding. Bing bing bang ding dang ding ding ding. Ling ding ding ding. Oh ning ning. La bi bi dee dee.
Amazing.
Worth it.
Well done, mate.
Ross.
Well done.
Oh my god.
That was
perfect.
Terrifying.
That was tremendous. It is
what
creepier
are the animals?
than the wand.
What are the animals cavorting on it? Like, is it like two animals having sex just
twirling around as it goes round.
It is all of the animals, like carved on the outside. It is all of the animals enjoying each other's company in a myriad ways.
Are they doing everything?
They're doing everything.
Do you remember that book we found back in? Where was it? That fella read that book. It was well rude.
Was it horses or something?
Yeah. Oh yes, I think it was horses. Wasn't it?
Equine.
What happened to that? I think we gave it to someone as a gift, didn't we?
We gave it to someone.
Did we give it to that?
We did with
people that. Did we give it to those people that we went to dinner to? I can't remember.
I think you might have, yeah. The Archlords.
Yeah, we bumped into that geezer, didn't we, in the street?
Yeah.
He really liked that. Yeah, he was down with the horsey stuff.
Well,
he was well into it, wasn't he?
Keep this rude little animal box as well.
Yeah. Can I? Would you mind if I held on to that? I really like it.
Yeah, go for it. I think I might take the lens static compass. Can we just check what survival score? I reckon that I've got a feeling someone's got a higher survival score than me.
Don't you have a compass with your traveller's tools?
This one is slightly better. So having a regular compass means you don't take a penalty on survival checks, but this compass actually gives you a +1 to them, so it's an upgrade.
Thought you had a compass.
I'm
sure you had a compass.
+11 for myself.
I mean, it's survival's not my bag. I don't think. Let's have a quick check of my skills. Yeah, it's +2. My survival skills, wizard.
Is your Fulton? Survival's a wisdom-based thing. Is your wisdom insanely high?
I'm proficient in survival, and I get a +9, and my wisdom's +2.
Yeah, right. +9 in your wisdom.
No. My wisdom is +2, but I'm proficient in.
I see.
In survival checks apparently.
So we have the same survival score, but you've got way higher wisdom than I have. So I don't mind. I've got.
You can have it, Carragher.
I mean, we can just pass it around to whoever wants to make the thing, but I'll take it for now. The elixir of life just reminded me that we did not get any healing potions before we left Kibwe.
You don't need them. Don't worry about that anymore. I will heal you.
I know, babe, but
I've got a little spell as well, so you know.
Yeah.
I have spells. I also my medical stuff. Honestly, I can do all four of you at the same time.
Yeah, that's an image. That's an image for me.
Yeah.
Shall I take it? Because I'm always the one in combat.
Yeah, all right.
All right, thanks.
Elixir
of life.
It's a minor elixir of life, I think.
Oh.
And the other potion was something similar to an elixir or something, wasn't it?
The other one was a vial of lesser anti-plague.
Oh, that's going to be very useful.
That could be very.
Yes, it could be very useful, that one.
So you can, whoever wants to carry that, go ahead.
I'll take it for now.
Okay.
All right. So, quickly, sidebar, little heads down about this. Thinky either magic-y or monster-y. What are witch lights? Let's all have a think about it. Can Caragor? I doubt Caragor's the one for this, really. But I'm going to make a nature check anyway.
Give me a nature.
Is it a nature or would it be arcana? Well, I guess
well, you can roll whatever skill you think is appropriate.
I'm going to think if it's magical, an arcana check.
It's an 18. I'm presuming someone else is going to have a little bit. It's probably occultism, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I could do that check as well. For my arcana check, I got a 30.
A 30. Okay. You are not sure. Neither of you are particularly sure.
Oof.
What this could refer to.
I got a nature check of 24.
24. Okay. Again, you're not sure what a witch light could be in the context of something natural.
I know this is a slight thing, but they are differing fields. Can I then consult my occultism knowledge and have a rack of
make an occultism check?
Just sort of have a think, and maybe it's occultism. That's not a bad suggestion, Caragor. Oh, it's not as good a roll. That's a 20.
It's a 20. Just not sure. It sounds sort of familiar, but
just added a Tengu law check. I did roll a natural 20. Amazing.
Nice.
So yeah, that's 31 altogether.
31 on a Tengu law check. I can tell you with that the witch lights were a very, very popular Tengu prog band about 20 years ago, and their later catalogue is questionable. Their politics came into it, and indeed you should probably run from it. However, you don't know if this necessarily refers to these witch lights.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be weird if it was them that they were talking about on this door, but like, you know.
Maybe they were saying something like, run from witch lights.
From which lights?
Which lights?
Which lights were there?
Which lights you should run from?
So basically, in the night, some witches or something come out. They have these little search spot things, and we have to keep out of them. Otherwise, if they see us, they then fucking want to try and kill us.
You can't. We're all trying to roleplay, not knowing what they are in real life, Ross. You can't. A Fulton of all people can't work out what they are, despite having not made a roll.
I got it. I solved
We're
the
trying
mystery.
to do roleplay round it. Stop it.
Oh, I think it's Leets, and it's just spelt wrong.
Good.
Leets.
Yes, good. Well done. Yes, good. Well, whatever it is, they're not around anymore, although they must have had something bad if everyone left without the bedrolls and their nice stuff, so I guess we're going to watch out for some lights, so I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm just wondering if there's another thing that we could... I mean, like, is it worth doing a survival check? Because if we can, like, it will help us to survive. If we know what it is.
That's not what survival. That's not what survival. That's surviving in the wild.
Oh, okay, right. Oh,
we're never going to survive unless we get a little crazy.
Nice.
It's a banger. That's a great song.
It's such a tune, isn't it?
Yeah. Tune. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Okay,
fuck it. Let's go.
The place seems quiet. So it is. So you travel on in that case. So you don't want to camp here. You want to move.
No,
okay.
No, we're gonna.
No, definitely don't want to camp near here.
You ride on through the night. In that case, how long do you want to ride through the night for?
Only a couple of hours, not long.
Yeah, just a couple of hours.
Just
2 in the morning.
Just shy of an exhaustion level, and comfortably enough away from the old place.
Cool. And you settle down to rest for the night. So. How are we going to make our camp tonight?
Going to cabin up again. Wow. Who wants to join me in the cabin? You can all come in if you
please.
want.
Yeah, it was quite nice.
Stay away from the bugs.
Caragor's a tent man.
I'm a tent guy.
As Caragor's like popping all the spots on Fulton's back.
Oh, God.
So horrible.
Oh, that one was yellow.
Oh, I hate this. You settle in. What's going on in the cabin while with the other 4 of you, including Philippe?
Nothing is going on in the cabin.
Shania is like reading some books. I don't know, like some stuff, some like communing.
Bubba's just tuning his instrument. That is not a euphemism. That is not a euphemism. Yeah, it's just tuning in his instrument.
He's having a strum. Velder's spent quite a long time going through all the papers and bits and bobs that we've accumulated, because I suppose this is a chance to actually sit down and do this.
Okay.
Because he hasn't had a chance to. We haven't sat down for a long time, for quite some time, because we obviously end up walking to Kibway and various other bits and bobs. So yeah, he's kind of enjoying doing that.
Nice. I imagine
we tied Spike up as well, just so you're not.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Spike's this.
Yeah.
Okay. So just on that, Colin, how did you tie up a dinosaur?
Hey, I didn't do it. This is up to Shania and Caragor.
Yeah, no, I did it.
I'm not being sort of sarky. I just want to hear how we did that, because have we got any chains or like ship?
Well, no. I mean, we used the straps from the thing on the thing. The straps that I strapped you with.
Also, you've seen those pictures.
Definitely going to hold a full-size dinosaur.
You've seen those pictures.
To a tree.
Hey, no, it's like
the tree's gone.
No, it's like elephants.
Gone.
It's like elephants. Like when they're children, when they're like baby elephants, what they do is they have a very short spike, and mentally they let them wear themselves out. It's really horrible actually, but they wear themselves out, and so even like fully grown elephants, you have the same size spike, but they don't try and knock it out because mentally they believe that the spike is holding them there. God. With Spike, we have a very small spike, and he doesn't struggle because he's been trained, and it's horrible. But that's
I don't want to do that. method of things.
But you didn't do it. Like the trainer of this dinosaur did.
Oh
And
no!
so,
Fantasy elephant riding. No. Is that? I feel more in the way that you've seen those pictures of dogs who have been left outside a shop and they've been tied very loosely to like just a bit of paper or something, but the dog believes that they can't go. So similar in the spike method, except they just trust that their owner has put them on a like a little lamp. It's so funny. It's something like the greatest illusion is the greatest prison is your own illusion. Something like that. It's funny. But I mean, there's quite thick trees. I mean, I imagine it would be just a bit of effort.
I mean, we've bonded with it, me and you, haven't we?
Also, he's also tired. Yeah, he also sleeps and eats and wants to sit still for a bit.
And we feed him. So he's, he's like, well, I will stick with these people. So.
As we're in the cozy cabin, though, I'm talking about this system that they've created to keep dinosaurs, at bay when they're big, fully grown dinosaurs.
We didn't know what dinosaurs were until a week ago.
But even still, and I'm like, so what you need to do is like metaphorically in yourself, like we've all got these little stumps that we dig into ourselves when we're children, and we need to let go of them because they're not as big. Do you know what I mean? Like, because
you're trying to say that we can change.
We can let go of our little stumps, and we can, we don't need to hang on to those things. We can break free of those when we get older, is what I'm trying to say. It's a little bit of like, mindset, isn't it?
I want to break free.
I can't imagine.
I like the sound of that.
Other than, I mean, if Caragor was a normal person, he'd be having the worst night of everyone, sleeping in a tent with horrible postulated Fulton, but I can't imagine anyone's having a worse time right now than Velder sitting here trying to do research while Bubba talks about how dinosaurs relate to us while tuning up his instrument, just being like bing, bong.
Yeah. How is it not tuned after 2 hours? Like, it's just ridiculous.
Then just detune it and try and tune it to a different chord, just over and over.
What do you think this one sounds like, Velder?
Velder will be team
same as all the others. Can I cast Fireball? Everyone outside the cabin just sees.
Just all three of us go up in flames.
Come out all charred.
Yeah.
It was worth it.
I remember I can't remember if we talked about this, in the wonderful game Oblivion, you could make your own spells in it, and you could make a spell that did 0 damage, or did like 0.1 damage, so it wouldn't really hurt anyone, but had a range of like just 100 feet, like the maximum possible range around you, and you could walk into a room and just tap the spell, and every single item and everywhere would just go flying up in the air. It's like, that's the perfect Velder spell. Just when people are annoying him, he just casts a spell and everyone's shit just falls out of their hands. Leave me alone. Okay, so you settle in for the night. Fulton and Caragor, while you are sat in the tent, about to go to bed, you become aware of a light outside the tent. There's just a warm orange glow starts to just coming from one side of the tent, and you see it looks like someone's shining a lantern right at the door of the tent.
Caragor.
Yep.
Don't go into the light.
Oh no, but now we've got. Do we depack the tent and then run from it? In doing so, exposing ourselves to the light, or do we just stay here, knowing that the light can't get through the tent?
Yeah, we're not in the light, so we'll be all right if we just stay in the tent. But I'm just gonna hold my axe.
But then people were inside. Oh no, there was windows. They came through the windows, right? The cozy cabin's got windows. Quickly, Fulton, message. Balls, Gorham's balls. I'll cast message. Hey, there's a fucking witch light outside, lads!
You in the cabin hear the yelling from.
Did someone hit? What's going on?
I think.
Shania gets up to look out of the window.
No, come on!
I mean,
there is a window.
Shouted.
There is a window.
Yeah, you peer out of the window. Shania, you see outside the tent. And in front of it, you see a glowing orange ball of light hovering in the air outside it, which is just radiating light around it. It's hovering for a moment, and it's just sort of approaching the tent flap slowly towards it.
Shit.
Fuck!
What is
the
it?
witch lights! They're gonna get in the tent! Get the fuck out of there! Go, go, go! She shouts through the door. She opens the door and says,
Okay,
She opens the door, and as you open the door, Shania, everybody roll for initiative.
Oh, should have stayed in the cabin.
Should
Fuck.
have stayed in the cabin. Oh.
Can that shout count as a scout's warning?
Yeah, go on.
Everyone gets a +1. Oh, I'm gonna need it.
Okay. And
right.
it's perception, isn't it? Oh,
It is perception.
Yes.
Unless you have another skill that you want to argue, you want to throw for. Bubba Von Hoops.
26.
26. Good one. Fulton Battlestone.
32.
Oh, Velder.
Rather extraordinary. A 33.
Oh.
I got a 19 on the die. I was like, and always roll badly for initiative.
Loving these level ups. Caragor One Fang.
16.
A 16. Uh-oh. Shania Rain.
36.
36.
Got a natural 20.
Oh my goodness. Half
Nice.
the party got over 30. That is astonishing. And so it will not surprise you to know, Shania, you are the first one to be able to act in this. So at the moment, nothing has like it hasn't just spun round. It hasn't, but like by opening the door, things have become time sensitive. So we're now in actions. So what would you like to do?
Dispel magic?
Okay. So you
Just shut the door. Let Caragor
target one of them with a dispel magic two action spell, right?
I think so.
Cool.
Let me have a quick. Yeah.
Okay.
2 action.
Oh, I wonder if that would affect. It's not a spell. It is a creature.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I'm wondering if you might be able to dispel a magical effect that is upon it. You have a magic behind a spell or effect. Counteract check against the target. If you successfully counteract, it doesn't change. I think that in this case, because there's a couple of weird things that affect it, you cast the dispel magic. You target the creature. You throw the magic at it, and you see the magic around it fizzle and die as it hits the creature. The spell magic does nothing for it. You have one action left.
It does nothing for it. What do you mean?
The dispel magic seems to do nothing to the creature.
Oh, okay. It doesn't do anything. All right. Right. Well, in that case, I'm gonna. I'm gonna activate Philippe.
Okay.
Activate.
Big old Philippe. But I'm not gonna get him to do anything yet. I'm gonna hold on to it so that next round I can sort of use him and just can I activate Philippe and close the door?
You can close the doors. Actually, you don't need to. If you're not going to do anything, with them, you don't need to spend an action.
All right. In that case, I'll close the door and go. Crap.
Okay. All right, Velder, you're inside the hut, dropping your books as Shania just runs outside, tries to cast a spell, and then slams the door shut.
She did say that it's going into the tent or something, didn't she? Before we started combat.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
It's on its way to the tent. Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing I'd like to do is use an action to message Caragor and say, if you didn't hear that, the thing is entering the tent. It's actually coming in. I don't think you're safe in there. And then he would like to use an action to move over to the window, because he's lying on bed, and have a look himself. Can I then, having seen the creature, kind of make another check?
You can, yeah. I'm happy for you to make another check. What would you like? What skill do you want to roll against them? You rolled, so you tried.
I mean, it's clearly magical, or it has magical properties.
It has magical properties, but you did do an Arcana check on it a while ago and didn't get a and got a very high number on it and didn't know anything about it.
Yeah. I don't suppose society would have any bearing on creatures.
It's not. You're pretty sure it's not a. You're pretty sure that a glowing light is not a guy.
No. Okay, I'm going to try cultism again.
Okay.
Just try to see if I can get a better score on that, because I
Give me an occultism check.
Okay, that is better. That is a 30.
A 30. That is a success. Looking at the glowing creature, you realise that what you're dealing with is a will-o'-wisp. Will-o'-wisps are malevolent creatures that live out in the forest. They're malevolent balls of coloured light that haunt forests and lure unsuspecting travellers into danger. They feast on fear and death. So their goal is to make creatures afraid, and then to feast on that fear. And nothing tastes so sweet as the fear of dying. They can fly. They can turn invisible. What else would you like to know about them? I'll give you a.
Can I have their weakness, really? Sort of.
Okay.
How do we take this sucker down?
All right. Route. So they have. They are affected by. They're not particularly weak to, but they don't have any kind of immunity, any particular weaknesses. But they are affected by fairy fire, glitter dust. Magic missile is known to be very effective against them, and the maze spell. But you know that magic as a whole tends not to be very effective against them. However, they are known to be afraid of the magic missile spell. Right.
As I'm doing that, I've got it. And I relay all the information to Bubba. I guess I'm going to have to pull. Because that'll be a separate message. Caragod, relay all that. So instead, I say, Bubba, I think your magic missiles would be particularly effective against this thing. So. Yes, time to use your definitely magic spell. Definitely magic.
You got it!
Cool.
Okay. Fulton Battlestone inside the tent.
Yes.
You can see the glow from outside. What would you like to do?
So it's coming in from one side of the flap. Is there another flap on the other side?
No, it's a single flap tent.
Oh, balls.
How many tents
also
have
known
two
as
flaps?
a tent.
Yes.
Hey, I used to have, in the Scouts, they used to have a two-flapped tent.
Actually, to be fair, we did used to have some old canvas tents back when I was a kid, and they were the proper, big wooden poles and stuff. Yeah. And they did open at both ends. And also
you had two flaps.
They had two flaps.
I too, when I was in the Scouts, when I was in the Sea Scouts in the Midlands, used to go camping with big old canvas tents that had two flaps, but they were 6-man tents.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey, I get up, I cut a hole in the side of the tent, and run, and then get Carragher and say, "Come on, Carragher, let's go into the cozy cabin."
Okay, so you're. I tell you what. Tell me which. Because I got a little map up at the moment. Tell me which side of the tent you want to cut the thing. You want to cut it into east, west, or north. The witchlight is coming from the south. The cozy cabin is kind of to the southeast.
I will cut it in the east.
You cut it. You cut a hole into the east, and you jump through outside. Okay, so you run through the hole. Are you making straight for the cozy cabin?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. One action to slice open the tent, and then 2 move actions. What's your speed now? 20.
It is. Why is it in such a weird old place? Who really knows? But it says 20 feet.
20 feet. Okay, so with a move action, you're able to get to the door of the cozy cabin.
Okay, I go, open the door! Open the door! Open the door!
I
Okay.
mean,
you can just open the door.
It's not
no
locked.
lock.
Shania closed the door, but I don't believe the cozy cabin. Just open the door, Fulton. Open the door.
The door's labelled push. Fulton's pulling.
yeah.
Oh. Okay, so those of you looking through the window, you see Fulton just come out and burst through the side of the tent and come running up and just start hammering on the door. And then you look round behind him as through the space he moved. You see another light just ignite in the air as a second will-o-wisp appears in the air behind him. Turns round and looking straight into the light, you can see there's like a burning skull inside the light that is
Ghost
fixing.
Rider!
Look into my eyes.
It, for its first action, targets Fulton with a shock and shoots a jolt of electricity out, hitting with a 34.
That is a hit. Is it 10 over, did you say? For a crit?
10 over for a crit.
Oh no, it's my armor's 25 now.
25. Oh, thank goodness, because the crit damage on that was insane. You take 15 points of electricity damage.
Oof.
As it shocks you. It then is going to. It then decides to. It's then going to try and make you afraid. After it hits you with a thing, you turn around and it just kind of stares at you and burns as it attempts to intimidate you. It is a 23 against your will DC. That is your will save plus 10.
My will save is 23. Did you say will save plus 10, yeah?
Will save plus
23 is what my will save is.
23 beats Fulton. You are afraid. As it hits you in the back, you realise that your armour will do almost nothing against this electricity. And you realise that you can't get in through the door. And you're trapped against this thing as the creature bears down on you. It stares at you and you become frightened one. And then... it doesn't need to do that because it's not lost any hit points, so it shoots you again. While you are afraid, and that's only an 18, so even with the penalties for being afraid, it misses you. You kind of get the axe up and it hits the axe. M sitting out on his deck just sees a lightning bolt come through and destroy his new planter. It's just been putting up.
It took me such a long time to put together.
The creature bears down on you as Caragor is inside the tent. Fulton, you are trapped with will-o-wisps coming from all sides, it seems. You look around, not sure where to go. Will Fulton survive 2020? I guess we'll find out, because that is where we leave it for tonight.
You mean 2022? We're not, we can go back 2 years.
No, we're going back. We're doing 2020.
We're going back to 2020, yeah.
No.
2020 vision.
We're just going to keep repeating 2020 until we get it right. Okay.
This week's episode is made possible by our wonderful patrons. Specifically this week, it is Candice. Candice, thank you so much. I cannot begin to say the wonderful things that you have done for this show over the years, helping us get to where we are. And if you want to join Candice, you can as well. Go to patreon.com/Danger Club Podcast. It is our patrons that keep this show going, that let us do the things we want. So thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of you, and especially to you, Candice. Cheers.